So here we are, the second contest of the evening. We've got lightweight Jupp versus KRISTIAN Dochev. KRISTIAN Dochev, as the MC announced, is a former international masters champion, and Jupp is a former prize fighter semi-finalist. It'll be a good little contest this, Josh.
Yeah, he's coming in with a good record, old Dochev. 8 wins, 11 losses, so it shows he does come and have a try, he doesn't cover up.
Yeah, won 2 of those by knockout, and also only ever been stopped twice, so if St George Jupp can get the stoppage here, it'll be a good mark for him. And he's got a good corner team, Jupp, with Del Granger and Alec Wilkie there in the corner. And I must admit, I don't know an awful lot about KRISTIAN Dochev. So it's a good contest first of all, just started, and Jupp's getting that jab established. Looking for the right uppercut, left hook there. He's certainly started to be more aggressive, Jupp, so far in this round. And we know Jupp in his last fight on the Goodwin show beat Ivan Levikis with a TKO in the 3rd round. And Dochev getting through with an overhand right now. Jupp certainly the more aggressive so far. Dochev is certainly asking a few questions, but it's been all Jupp so far. Missing with that left hook. Dochev looking for the overhand right, just missing. Jupp did get to the London Amateur Final, so he's had a good pedigree.
I think it's showing right now he's working really nicely behind the jab, and he looks like a really tidy boxer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know he didn't have a great record in the amateurs, Jupp. I know he had about 60 fights and won half of them, but you know, just because they don't have a great amateur record doesn't mean to say they won't have a good record as a pros. They're almost 2 different sports, Josh, aren't they, the amateurs and the pro game? So, looking for the uppercuts there, Jupp. He's getting through that right uppercut as well. It seems to be the shot of the night. The first 2 fights is the uppercut's been thrown quite a lot, and he seems to be landing with that. It seems to be a hole down the middle from Dochev that he's getting through. So it's a bit of a weight advantage as well, 9 stone 8 from Dochev, and I know Jupp coming in at 9 stone 6, so a couple of pounds there, but I don't think anything is going to make any difference to the fight. And Jupp certainly the aggressor. Ah, lovely overhand right there. Dipped the body to the left and then threw the overhand right and caught Dochev square on the chin. He seemed to take it quite well, Dochev.
Jupp was in prize fighter years ago, and he gave Troy a good old tough fight back then. So he's been tested early on in his career.
Yeah, he beat Lee Jennings in the prize fighter, winning by TKO. So you know, Jupp has got some power. He's won 7 and 3 of them by KO. So you know, he can stop people, and you can see how he's getting through with some clean shots. So you know, he's certainly busy, and that's important. He's looking to tie his punches together. And Dochev, although an international former Masters champion, hasn't shown an awful lot this round, John.
No, he's just covering up. I think Jupp's hit him a few times clean, and the last was just being absolutely cautious.
End of the first round, and a clear round on my cards for Jupp there. So round 2 of the 6-round contest, lightweight contest between Jupp and KRISTIAN Dochev. Jupp in the white and red versus Dochev in the red shorts, and Jupp, as we said, with Del Granger in his corner from the TKO gym. I'm sure he would have got plenty of sparring down there at the TKO. Exchanged left hooks there, and I think Jupp one come off the more powerful there. Jupp looking for that right uppercut. He's thrown lots of jabs, Jupp. I've been quite impressed with Jupp so far. He's put the pressure, he's thrown lots of jabs, and he's certainly been the busier of the 2. I can't say I've seen a great deal from Dochev so far.
Jupp's doing what he has to, he's keeping it long, using his advantages of height.
And Dochev's got to be wearing a pair of the biggest shorts I've ever seen. They're the longest shorts. They're high up on his body and low down to his knees. There's some long old shorts on him. Dochev a laser jab there, and Jupp switching underneath and then looking for the left hook but missing.
I think if Jupp gets a stoppage here tonight, it'll be very impressive, as he's only been stopped 2 times in 11 defeats. So I do expect this to be the points, but I'll be impressed if Jupp gets him out of there.
Yeah, it'll be a good, as you said before, you know, he's got power, Jupp, he has the ability to stop people, and you know, he has hit Dochev with a couple of clean shots, so you know, it'll be interesting to see if he can get him out of there. Dochev from his native Bulgaria. He's fought in Britain a few times, but has fought all over. Nice right uppercut there and double left hook from Jupp. And just Jupp winning the rounds, being busy with the cleaner work, and Dochev starting to close the gap a little bit more, but doesn't seem to be throwing much shots, Josh.
And Jupp's covering up well when he gets close.
Good work off the ropes there from Jupp, not panicking, covering up tight, and getting the short little shots off. Lovely right uppercut and then double left hook there from Jupp. Now it's good from Jupp there. You tend to find a lot of fighters when they get back against the rope, they frantically try and turn the opponent, but he's done well there to just sit against the rope and get a couple of shots popped off. Nice right uppercut again from Jupp. Good movement from Jupp. He's just Dochev, I know we keep saying it, Josh, but he doesn't seem to be throwing a great deal. He doesn't seem to be doing a great deal. Just you know, just as we said that, he lands of a right hand. Nice.
Jupp's bringing it back to non-boxing again, which is the best thing to do.
Looking for the left of the body, double left of the body there, then the right to the body turned in nicely. I think Dochev felt that one. And
lovely jab there.
It's good Jupp. He's got good boxing ability. He's jabbing behind. He's boxing behind the jab nicely, and it's good. He's still relatively inexperienced, Jupp. I mean, he has lost 2, but I think this is his 10th fight. So all got caught with a left hook there from Jupp, but I still think a clear round from Jupp there. Work rate and cleaner shots. It's round 3 of the lightweight contest between Jupp and Dochev. Jupp, as you can see, in the white and red, and Dochev in all red. We've got Jupp 2 rounds ahead, boxing nicely behind that jab.
I think Dale Granger in the break would have just told him to keep doing the same. Everything seems to be working. He's doing.
He hasn't got to do much different, as you say, Josh. He's been working very nicely behind that jab. He's getting through with the cleaner shots. And Dochev's, although an international Masters champion or former Masters champions, you know, he's boxed a few people. I suppose the only one I've noticed, Kieran Farrell, obviously he's retired recently due to that head injury after his fight with Anthony Crolla. But apart from that, he's fought mainly abroad. And nice jab there from Jupp. He's boxed well today, Jupp. He's been very controlled. He's been worked behind that jab lovely. He's looking to put his shots together. He's not going mad. He's keeping his composure, and he's boxing quite nicely. And I imagine his corner are very pleased with him. He doesn't panic if he gets his back against the rope. And good movement to slip away there. And if Dochev's got any chance of winning this fight, he's got to start coming forward now, Josh, and asking a few more questions.
He had momentary success in the last round, but he hasn't capitalised on that. There you go, as we're saying that.
He's put some shots together there, 4 or 5 shots, but I think only 1 getting through.
Well, I think he needs to keep doing that, hopefully wear Jupp down a bit, but he's just letting Jupp do what he wants.
Jupp's looking for a nice variation of shots, working the body, working the head, and Dochev has come on a little bit more this round. He's asked a few more questions and starting to walk across the ring and close the distance. We've spoken the first 2 rounds, Josh, that Dochev was walking forward but wasn't really doing a lot once he's there, but he is starting to throw a few more. Although that's good, it could be more dangerous for Dochev. It gives more openings for Jupp, and he could counter Dochev, and as we know, he's got power, so he can get the stoppage. So Dochev's got to push forward if he wants to ask a few more questions, but obviously comes with an added risk. Nice jab there.
Jupp's just having all his own way at the moment. I think Dochev just needs to take Jupp out of his comfort zone.
Just needs to press him, but I think once Dochev's tried to come forward, I think Jupp has answered it. So I think he's making it very difficult for Jupp, and it's a nice performance from Jupp so far. Again, he's quite happy to sit on the ropes, Josh. Doesn't seem to look to turn off at that. He's quite comfortable in that nice tight guard on the inside. looking to get pull the hands round to looking to work the body or pull that uppercut up the middle. Nice right hook to the head there, and showing good experience there by pushing the head down and the ref forcing the break. So boxing very nicely from Jupp. Lovely there, missed with the left hook, put it straight up with a jab and got through. Got by a right uppercut. And yet a bit quieter that round. Dochev had come on, but I still think Jupp wins the round through work rate.
Definitely.
So round 4 of the lightweight contest, the second one of the Lionheart and Braveheart show here at York Hall, Goodwin Promotions, Steve Goodwin show. And we've got Jupp 3 rounds ahead, easily winning through work rate and clear shots. And Dochev just did ask a few more questions in the last round, did come forward, but Jupp just catching him with a left hook there. And Dochev marching to the back of the ring. Lovely right to the body there from Jupp. The head going in there from Jupp, and you know, we said he's not had lots of fights, Jupp, but he's shown good experience in this fight. He's not been panicky at all. He's shown some nice things and nice movement there to get away. So
he's sitting on the ropes a tad too long. We'd like maybe to see him spin off that a little bit earlier, but as you say, he's winning the round. So
lovely left uppercut, dipped to his left there and through the left uppercut slash through shot in and landed down the right hand there. As you said, yeah, sitting back on the ropes, but he seems quite comfortable sitting there. He's not going against the rope because he's in trouble. Josh, he seems quite comfortable to sit there and take shots, missing the left hook and then the right uppercut there. Right hook to the body was blocked by Dochev. The only thing I would say that from Jupp that I haven't seen a lot of today is head movement. Lovely flurry of shots there. He hasn't moved his head, although he has changed levels from time to time. He hasn't got a lot of lateral movement. His head is quite static, but I'm sure, as we said, he's got a very, very experienced and very, very good corner team in Granger and Wilkie, so I'm sure they'll talk about that. But I have been impressed with him.
He's boxed very well today.
I'm only splitting hairs by saying that the head movement, Josh, really is. It's
just trying to find holes to pick, ain't you? But
well, it's just things soon to work on. You know, we've got to remember it's only his 10th fight, so
still learning.
You know, he's still learning, so I'm sure they'll have a look at this from here and look for things. But he's pretty much had it all his own way. He's blocked very nice behind his jab. That's been very, very nice today. Just had a little look there, trying to go Dochev in, just touched him with a jab and stepping back, trying to draw him in. Again, quite happy to sit on the ropes and cover up. A left hook from Dochev getting in there, but Jupp doesn't at all seem bothered by it. Jupp's using his legs well against the rope there. He's dipping down, he's using his knees to get underneath Dochev and under the shots there, just as we say that. Comes back with a double left hook and then spins. So, lovely double shot to the body. So yeah, he's got good rope work, Jupp. He's, you know, and that will benefit him as he goes forward, because ultimately as he steps up, Josh, and as he fights bigger and better opponents, there's going to be times where he's driven back to the ropes and he seems quite comfortable there, so it's quite a nice, good trait to have. You don't see it very often. You tend to find they want to spin off and try and turn straight away as soon as they hit the ropes, but he seems quite comfortable there. So the ref just having a word, Dochev just forcing Jupp's head down. Again, another comfortable round from Jupp. Very, very nice. The jab's working really nice and look together to put his combinations together in that round. So round five, the penultimate round of this 6-round lightweight contest. And I've got a shout out for Jupp so far. I think he's boxed very, very nicely. So how far do you think Jupp can go, Josh? I mean, he has had a couple of losses so far on his record. I mean, obviously one of them was in the prize fighter.
And he lost quite early on in his pro career. I think it was in his second or third fight. He lost a really close decision. I was there. I personally thought Jupp won that night, but yeah, it was one of those fights that had split opinions, so he could easily have one more win on his record.
So he's won 4 on the bounce now. This will be his 5th on the bounce if he comes through this, as we see him to so far, judging on what we've seen so far in the first 4 rounds. Lovely combination there, 1-2 left hook. The bread and butter of the boxing combinations really there, Josh. The 1-2 for the 1-2 left hook for the orthodox fighter and throwing very nicely. And Jupp again backed up to the ropes, and I know we was talking a little bit off air there that Jupp has spent a little bit of time on the ropes tonight.
So how far do you think he can go then, Kevin?
It's difficult to say. It's you know, he's in a in a division where there's, you know, I know he's ranked on Box Rec as a super feather, but this is a lightweight, so a lightweight contest. It's a stacked division. It's interesting. I think, you know, they'll soon start to look for titles for him, something like the Southern Area or the International Masters, something like that. And that will be a better barometer. And a lovely right uppercut there, just as Donchev throws the jab, Jupp turns in the uppercut. And again, Dochev backing Jupp up. That's one thing he's done tonight, Josh, is pushed Jupp back to the ropes a few times. He hasn't thrown a lot once he's got there, but he has pushed him forward. And it's surprising because Jupp's the bigger man and looks the taller, stronger fighter, I would say. But he has been backed up. But
and when Jupp takes the centre of the ring, though, I think he looks classes and levels above Dochev.
Yeah, it is about levels, and when he boxes, he's leagues above. And Dochev is everything we expect of a Bulgarian. You know, we were talking before as well that you never really know what you get with the foreigners that come over, Josh. You never know whether they're coming to have a go or whether they're coming to survive. But Dochev looks like a sturdy, tough character, and so he's only been stopped twice out of 11 losses. But I just don't think he's done enough work tonight. The only thing he has done is pushed up to the ropes and then just leaned on him, and there's been no real clean work from him.
Jupp again working very well from jab work by the right hand.
Trying to measure him with all the jab there, it was 3, maybe 4 jabs before throwing the right hands. And if I was being overcritical in the last round, saying he hasn't had much head movement this fight, Jupp, one thing that has been very, very good is his jab, and he's putting his shots together. He's done very nicely.
I think it's come off the jab, which is really good to see.
And that round went quite quick, and again another round to Jupp. So we had the final round of this 6-round lightweight contest. St George Jupp versus KRISTIAN Dochev, and we have it so far, all 5 rounds so far to Jupp, and Dochev's come out with a little bit of authority this round and asked a few more questions of the first 10 seconds of this round. And Jupp backed up to the ropes again, and Dochev throwing a few shots there.
I think most of them landed on the gloves. That was good work by Jupp there.
He's a good defensive work as Jupp. He hasn't really been hit that cleanly that I can remember through. He has got through to Dochev a few times, but I can't remember Jupp being hit cleanly with a shot at all. He's had some good wins, Jupp. I mean, I know he fought and beat Dan Naylor, who went on to fight for the Southern Area featherweight title. So
Dan Naylor's a very underrated fighter as well. It's a lot better than his record suggests. That's a quite impressive win.
Dochev backing Jupp up to the ropes again there, looking for the hooks, and that was a lovely right uppercut left hook there, both square on the chin, and Dochev took them very, very nicely. But Dochev has come to have a bit more of a go this round, asked a few more questions, but again, nothing's really got through cleanly from Dochev on Jupp, and looked like a little bit of a low right hand from Jupp then.
Lovely right there. Little dip to the side and turned off, that's really good to see.
He's pretty much had an answer, Jupp, for everything that Dochev's brought today.
I think Jupp's a few levels above Dochev.
Got caught with a right hand down. Using his legs well, Jupp against the ropes, and as you said, if we're being ultra critical, the 2 things maybe Jupp that we see, Josh, from this fight is he hasn't moved his head much, he's been backed up to the ropes. Oh, lovely, lovely left hook there. Just as we were talking about being critical for him, Jupp dips lovely to the left hand, pops up with a lovely left hook, loaded with the legs, and rocked Dochev right to his boots. And he's done well, Dochev, to recover and stay on his feet from that, because that was a cracking left hook.
Showed a good chin there.
Just as we said, he hasn't moved his head much. He dips down to the left and pops up with that cracking shot. So it just proves what we know, Josh. Dochev seems recovered. Lovely right to the body there from Jupp. It's been a confident performance from him. He's never really been in trouble. He's been in total control. And I think he will be very pleased. And you hear Del Granger there saying jab, 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 and that's what's worked for him all night, really. Looking for the right uppercut there. Nice work there from Jupp. And as we were saying before, he hasn't moved his head much, Jupp, but when he's needed to move his head, he has moved his head. So, you know, say we're being ultra critical, but Dochev hasn't hit him much, so his head movement hasn't been that bad. And again, end of the 6th round, I think it's a comfortable and easy win for George Jupp. If he hasn't won all 6 rounds, I'll be surprised. You know what? You're a bit... So as we thought, 60-55 for George Jupp, winning every round and sharing one, and a very, very confident performance from him. And I look forward to him again. That was a very mature and confident performance from him, Josh.